Now, why should it be important to suspend cards or toggle cards, and then perhaps even entire sections of cards, of card decks, or even entire categories of cards? Understand, when people study card decks, for example, when my Pali students import my card decks, they have the freedom, or they have the options of either studying it very thoroughly or perhaps in a more superficial way. It depends what their goals are. For example, a PhD student would have different goals than perhaps a beginner of the language. A beginner of the language would study these cards maybe just in a superficial manner, just in order to get a big overview, a quick overview, whereas a PhD student would study such cards in depth. Therefore, he or she would study maybe the philosophical meanings, the grammatical meanings, philological meanings, and so on, or these type of cards he would specify on, whereas beginner students, he or she could just leave them out. It's essentially a strategy how to not get overwhelmed, especially if you import large card decks. And how this is going to be done, I'm going to show you right now. By the way, you can still browse your cards, you can still browse your notes, as these cards won't be deleted. Now, if I just start here, just in order maybe with the Sanskrit, and I just go to the first one. If this is, for example, too complicated for me, I have two options. Either I can use this option, and I can go here and either suspend note. I can use this, or of course I can use the delete note, but if I use delete note, then the whole note will be deleted. But if I just suspend the note suspended, then it will be showing up in my suspended notes section. And in this way, I can do it card by card. I can suspend everything. And if I go to the browse section, here I can then type this command is : suspended, and this card which just showed up here has been suspended on this note has been suspended on both sides. I can switch this now on individually. I go to cards and then toggle suspend. If I press here again, it won't be suspended anymore. Alternatively, I can go in a particular card deck and mark everything. Control A. This takes a little while. Yes, you can see up here, so many cards have been marked. Then I go to toggle suspend, and here in sense, oh yeah, it's processing. And if I go back to check, is suspended. Now everything, so many cards have been suspended here. And from this, if I, for example, have a particular book which I have been studying, like I implemented this book with here signifying it by its author's name. So this book comes from Maura, Walter Harding Maura, the Sanskrit language, and then I just, for example, want to activate the first lesson. And here from the Maura, so many cards have been selected, 2,628 cards, and now 103 cards have been selected, only the ones from the first lesson. I mark them again and go to cards and toggle and suspend, and these cards won't be here anymore because they will be here in the normal Sanskrit deck. In this way, you can individually suspend cards and toggle them again afterwards, or whole card sections, whole categories of cards. Either way, this function works brilliantly. It's a function which I hardly used for myself because I was writing my own card decks all the time. And as I wrote them, so I studied them. So there was hardly any scope for me to get overwhelmed. And but if you're importing large card decks, you can use this in order just to strategically open up the card sections which you just want to study, which are most essential for you. And in this way, you really have a strategic and very structured progress. Guys, if you found this video helpful, then smash the like button and hit the subscribe button with the notification bell so that you never miss a video when I put one out. And if you have any questions or comments, of course, you also drop them down below. All right, guys, see you soon.